Hey guys, JHoyt here. Before we get into today's video, we have been telling you guys for a little while now that we are making the push for 250 subscribers. So we are actually 1 subscriber away as it stands right now as I'm recording the video. So if you're brand new here or just haven't yet, please hit the subscribe button and enjoy the video. What's on, guys? JHoyt back with you today. Welcome back to Call of Duty, and today we got some pretty big news on kind of the eve of Call of Duty releasing, at least for early access, and it is from the Call of Duty League for the 2024 season. We have some information. I'd like to go over it. Is this a W? Is this an L? Let's find out by watching the trailer. So I have watched it once from the Call of Duty League page, so let's watch this and kind of see what they're talking about.
I'm in. Scooting now.
Okay. We just got some epicness here.
Let's get started.
Yeah, what do we got? Ooh, nice music. New season, new stars, obviously, new rivalries.
It's a 1 versus 4.
Okay. I mean, we got to this part again. Let's keep it going. Opening weekend, December 8th through the 10th. Okay. Major 1, January 25th to 28th. Okay. I didn't even look. So we do have some hosts. Miami Heretics getting some love. Toronto Ultra in May. Okay. Obviously, we'll break all this down upcoming here. The Carolina Royal Ravens get an event in June. Okay. Which kind of sets up champs for July, August.
Mission complete.
Okay, so we got the hype video, but let's actually go break down what the season is. So here we are. Hopefully that first part worked well watching the video. I don't know if it did or not because I haven't edited it yet. But either way, so we have 4 events announced so far, and that's before champs. So opening weekend starts with online qualifiers from December 8th through January 21st, so a month and a bit there. Obviously with the holidays it's going to be a little tricky, so I'm guessing there's probably a little break in there as well. But the Boston Breach do get the first opening tournament, so like, okay, understandable, we get it. Then we go from January 28th, then we are off for a few weeks right after Valentine's Day. We go into the Miami Heretics tournament. Okay, new team, obviously passionate fan base. Pretty cool to see. Obviously, same thing, online qualifiers, and then a LAN tournament. Then we have Major 3 in Toronto. Okay, another big name. April 12th through May 12th, online qualifiers. Then obviously travel to the LAN event. And then Major number 4 is May 24th through June 16th, being online qualifiers, and then the Carolina Royal Ravens having a LAN tournament. But here's the weird thing. Just initial thoughts about these 4 tournaments is, why is there only 4? Right? Events are how you're going to make money. You don't make any money with online qualifiers. You don't make any money by sitting at home doing nothing. You're going to make money by actually producing the events, quality events, and a lot more events than this. Then the second thing I see is Boston. Okay, a respectable team. Miami Heretics. Okay, who knows what they're actually going to bring in for the league, but very passionate organization from Heretics with the Spanish side. Toronto, obviously one of our bigger names. But then out of all teams, the Carolina Royal Ravens, who, by the way, still don't have a team yet, as far as I am aware. Being November, what are we at? November 2nd, I think it is. They don't even have a team. So, I don't know what they're doing. But either way, let's scroll down here and figure out what we're talking about. So, just 8 days until Modern Warfare 3 drops and 5 weeks away from the start of the season. Obviously, New York Subliners won the champs last year. Obviously, new teams, blah, 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 blah. Major 1 by the Boston Breach. Kickoff major is for the 2024 is prime for excitement, new teams. Oh yeah, blah, 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 blah. All right, cool. Major 2, Miami Heretics. Obviously, we talked about them in Miami. Yeah, cool. I mean, they did cool stuff before. Let's keep it going, right? They had the passionate fan base. Does it just say a little blurb about each one of these guys? I think it does. After 2 successful majors hosted in previous seasons. So, okay. So, here's the weird thing, right? So, and obviously we talked about Carolina Royal Ravens, which is still absolutely weird. But before I get into my point, I forgot about this. So, the qualifying weeks, there will be 4 weeks of qualifiers for majors 1 and... Is that 4? No, that's 3. For 1 and 3, and 5 weeks of qualifiers for majors 2 and 3. During the qualifiers, each team will play 7 games. Okay. Those qualifying weeks will determine the seeding for the LAN tournaments, or the LAN matches at the team-hosted major tournaments. So, okay, so more qualifying matches, which I don't necessarily like, but okay, let's continue. Due to the shift to 7 games per qualifier and 4 majors, LAN CDL points will be increased to ensure the importance of each of performance at each major. For each breakdown of the points or visit the standings page, which I don't really care about right now. The season will be played on Hardpoint, Search and Destroy, and Control. So Control was kind of in question throughout the offseason with if that was going to be the 3rd game mode or not. So it looks like it will be. So here is the full schedule, even though Champs is not on there, which I'm guessing will be released later on. But here's the weird thing, is like you don't have a Faze tournament, you don't have an OpTic tournament or an Atlanta and Texas tournament, which are usually big events. Just kind of wondering why we don't have those, and is there more to the season that they just haven't released yet? Because usually they give you kind of a rough idea for Champs, a rough idea if there's any kind of like playoffs, and if it's only 4 events, that is very sad to see. Because, like I said earlier, we talked about events, right? We need more events, right? We play for basically 7 months and then we're done, right? So we spend this whole cycle, you know, preparing our teams, preparing to battle it out all year, and then you play 4 majors. That's embarrassing, right? There should be, honestly, like... I don't want to say like a crazy number, but like you should be at least 6 plus Champs, so 7 events, bare minimum. Right now, if you were doing like online qualifiers, or here's the other thing too, is like with online qualifiers and then LAN tournaments, you don't want to like overwhelm the players with how much they play, and especially with patches and everything. But at the same time, we play for such a little amount of time. Like, the game is releasing next month, which arguably should be earlier. And then you go into 4 events over the span of... When does it start? December 8th through, right now, January 23rd. Which is basically 6 months. Right? And then Champs will probably be either... end of July, early August, most likely. Unless... there is more events that will be added later on. But I just feel like this is a huge like L for the CDL, right? We start a month after the game starts. Like, okay, I get it. The game should almost release earlier, in my opinion. And then you have December. So, okay, now you're right before the holidays. So there should almost be, you release in October, September, October, and then you play from September, October, have like an opening kickoff event like a month in, let people play the game, you know, and actually have the kickoff tournament, have your pro-ams in there, like cool, whatever, and then play for, I'm trying to feel like there is more than what I'm thinking of, but I would love to see a comparison between the CDL season with how much they play versus actual, like, in-person sports, right? Your main kind of 4 sports, your basketball, football, baseball, and hockey, right? And I would love to see the season length on all of those together, because in my opinion, this is a huge L. To only play for like 6 or 7 months out of 12, I mean, I would love to see like a 9-month season and have, I would love almost like 10 tournaments. Like every like few weeks you travel, right? You have each team have an event every year. Like that'd be really cool in my opinion. Obviously that'd be a lot of money, a lot of production, but that's almost where you would need to be. And I don't know how much that would be looking at a calendar, like how much, time they'd have to travel to each kind of tournament, but I feel like maybe we should reevaluate how we do these because honestly, this is disappointing. But that's going to do it for today's video. If you did enjoy, hit the like button down below. And as we mentioned at the start of the video, we are 1 subscriber away from 250 subscribers here on the channel. So again, if you are brand new here or you just haven't yet, please hit the subscribe button. Help us hit our goal of 250 and growing the channel. We would appreciate that very, very much. And as always, guys, we'll see you in the next one.